Curiosity is the desire to learn and to grow in understanding of the world around us. The desire to participate in an intellectual voyage of discovery. To be curious is to sit in a library, surrounded by more books than you could ever hope to read, and to feel excited and exhilarated about the possibility of all there is to learn. To feel motivated to engage in a journey of inquiry. Ellen Ochoa was the first Hispanic woman in space, and she later went on to become director of NASA's Johnson Space Center. She talked about what it is that sets astronauts apart. Not their gender or ethnic backgrounds, she said, but their motivation, their perseverance, and their deep desire. Their desire to participate in a voyage of discovery. That's curiosity. And there are plenty of other examples, famous examples that you might think of. Think about Steve Jobs, who was inspired by a calligraphy course taught by a Trappist monk. Or Albert Einstein, who said at the end of his life to his biographer, "I possess no special talents, I'm only passionately curious." Paul Sylvia is a professor of psychology whose work focuses on the psychology of interest. One thing he explores is how people react in new situations when there are high degrees of complexity or uncertainty. There are basically two responses. The first is to respond to a new situation with anxiety, to withdraw from newness and to almost retreat into the safety and security of existing knowledge and ideas. The second is to explore, to engage in new situations with a desire and an interest that sees them as opportunities to grow in knowledge and understanding. That's curiosity, the disposition to engage and explore, the urge to understand new things, to learn for its own sake, to grow and develop in our understanding. Well-ordered and sustained curiosity has multiple benefits. So researchers have linked curiosity to improved intelligence, physical health, happiness, to better relationships, to interest and inquiry and creativity. Researchers in leadership have connected curiosity to leaders as well. If you think about it, leaders, perhaps those who don't just engage on that voyage of discovery themselves, but enable others to also. I want to leave you, finally, with a curious question. Is curiosity always good? Yes, you can think about curiosity, or a lack of curiosity, perhaps apathy, as a failure to engage with the world and all its interest. But can we ever be too curious? What happens if we are always asking questions, always seeking to know more and more and more? Perhaps curiosity could also turn into an unhealthy lust for knowledge. Here we're really talking now about the difference between curiosity as a desire and as a virtue. For curiosity to be a virtue, it needs to be learnt, developed, cultivated, as a disposition which steadily avoids these two excesses of apathy on the one hand and the lust for knowledge on the other. A curiosity that's well ordered towards the world, that takes a proper interest and that seeks to know and to live in accord with a whole lot of other virtues that fit in with a fulfilled life and a flourishing society.